Dark out Nova.
Yay, that's YouTuber. 10 out of 10 IGN.
Hello there everyone, Dark out here, and welcome back to a special game called From the Depths. I know it's been a while. It's been a long while. I think it's almost been 2 years, but I got burned out in the game. The devs were changing the game too much. All the blueprints had to be changed. The game has changed a lot, and as you guys can hear, even the sounds are not same anymore, but finally, I think the devs have calmed down a little. Well, I mean, yeah, the change needs to happen in a game, but they're making it so often that if I, like, you guys know how making something in From the Devs for me takes a day or two, and like if the devs keep updating it every 15 days, I would like my time to not go to waste, so I just took a break from the devs. But here we are, back into one of my favorite games, and we are gonna straight ahead go start a neater, well, that's the UI, even the UI is different, god damn. New campaign, basic training, building your boat, captaining your boat, and what in the world is this? Oh my god, it's like learning a new game all over again, guys. FTD has some fairly complex game mechanics. Yeah, no shit, devs. No freaking shit. Before embarking on a campaign, we strongly recommend you complete the following tutorials. Well, apparently there is strategic control in the campaign as well now. And the other factions are actually not dumb. Like, they don't sit there and like wait for you to come to them. They actually interact with the other factions and stuff, and that is amazing. So I think I should really do this tutorial. Be right back, guys. Be right back. Alright, guys, so I did the tutorials and they were voiced. They were amazing for the first two tutorials. Then it got a bit annoying when the voice kept repeating prompts. So we are gonna start with our new campaign. Browse other palettes. No, we are gonna do it with Neater because that is where we started. We did not complete Neater. It took almost a year for me to make half the Neater, but I think this time around I'm motivated enough. So difficulty presets. Easy. What is the difference even? Alright. There used to be custom settings. Yeah, begin the campaign on easy difficulty. If you complete the campaign, you may qualify for scoreboard rating. What are the difficulties? Okay, medium, easy. You should tell me. Damage difficulty. So yeah, I think we'll go with medium because yeah, I have played this game before, but I don't want to torture myself. So begin a new campaign. So the godly and stuff isn't there anymore, is it? Ah, that's weird. Alright, let's combat quite challenging. When set low, the AI will build vehicles you can handle easily. At high values, AI will try to build vehicles that will really challenge you. I think that's the one. That goes to godly. The 3 should be the godly one, isn't it? Oh my god, guys, I asked around in the From the Dev Discord. Apparently centralized is completely removed. Now you have to go with localized. That brings a tear to my eyes. I have to dedicate more resources to move resources around. But yeah, let's it's a new challenge. FTD is all about challenge. We're gonna take it like a champ. So right now we have 30,000 resources, and the rate that the resource is going, how much resources do we have left in here? This is an infinite, of course it's an infinite resource preserve. Oh, it is not? Shit. It has 400,000 in reserve though, so that is not that much. Still, I think the rebalance might have reduced the cost of resources or might have increased it, but so basically I'll give myself like 40,000 resources to work with, right? We have a basic boat here, but since This time around, we set the freaking difficulty. Well, the difficulty is to 1, but the design difficulty is to 3. So we're gonna get pretty hectic designs, will we not? So yeah, I think we'll hop right into the sandbox, the creating thing, and we are gonna go ahead, create our first little doodly doo thing. Look at that small. Is that small missile? Is that bloody small missile? Yeah, that is a small cluster missile. Okay. Let us hop into creative. Even look at this. Oh, that's my ears. My bloody ears. Jesus, guys, I'm getting a little overwhelmed by all these icons and stuff, and Jesus, have they made the mainframe and stuff a bit expensive, haven't they? This is wow. The mainframe costs 300 now, and there's behavior and AI expansion and plug and play cards. Circle hovercraft AI, circling airplane AI, ship AI, lots of bomber and hovercraft AI as well. That is cool. Alright, so AI card slots, and we are gonna make a normal ship. We're gonna go with the plug and play, circling ship AI. So we're gonna go with that, circling. I don't think I need mirror mode. Wrong buttons. God damn it, wrong buttons. Wrong thing. I'm doing a lot of things wrong. Oh my gods. But yeah, I don't think I need mirror mode for that. So circling ship AI, and I want to see what these are. Behaviors and AI expansions, aim point selection, target prioritization. We do need an aim point selection card, and we do need another target prioritization card just in case we want. Well, we do want to target prioritize, right? So I'll add one of those as well. Jesus, sorry. Look at that, it's 20. And what about this behavioral card? What does that do? Okay, so if I do it, it decides how to engage. Okay, that's good. Adjustment, maneuvers, additionals, and what does a plug and okay, yeah, that's just a behavior card, like pre-calibrated, I would guess. Yeah, that's good. I don't need to worry about that. Circling ship card AI. Let's go with that at the moment, and we're gonna go with the metal things. I might add some heavy armor to this, right? Because it is the freaking AI. We even have 2x2 ammunition boxes, and these like 2x1 ammunition boxes. Well, at least they're not as shiny as I remember these 2x1s to be. These 2x1s used to be like complete mirror, but maybe that's just the graphics option. Reflection intensity factor. Nah, even that. Yeah, they're not completely shiny. They're not completely shiny. Even the metal is not completely shiny anymore. So yeah, I think they reduced the shine factor and stuff. But it was cool. The mirrory shine things were kind of cool. Maybe we can paint the shine in. That might be the case. Alright, can we try and paint it? Free paint? Yes. Yeah, look at that. That's so much more shiny. Like, you can actually see the hills on it. So yeah, they would transfer the shine to paints. Look at that. That's some shiny freaking ammo boxes. And that might be some shiny freaking, yeah, oh my god, look at that shine. Well, and of course we're gonna go with fuel, because fuel engine still I think is very efficient, even though they kind of did nerf the efficiency by a lot. And fuel beam empty. We're gonna go with empty boxes because the full boxes do cost 1640 per fuel 4. Jesus Christ, that's expensive. And even the ammo boxes, I added empty boxes because we can process it. I don't, look at that, 16,000 already just from those fuel boxes. I don't. Yeah, Let's add this empty fuel boxes, Jesus Christ. And now the cost is down to 5,000. Look at that in there. And I also do believe there's a debug tool now to see the armor values of stuff. So I think I should go do that. It is for block HP. Yeah, look at that. That is can you not float down? Okay, never mind. So let's pause the time and we can, if we look at it, this is heavy armor beam and that is 56 armor points. Jesus. That is 120 armor point from this angle. But from the general angle, it's pretty heavy, the armor points and stuff. And if you look at these are, yeah, quite a bit. 30 armor points, that's still good for that. Oh, God. I realized all the prefabs I had earlier of the fuel engines and stuff, the emerald engines, my versions, like my modified versions of emerald engines and stuff, are absolutely obsolete now. So I'm actually having to build my own engine here. Can't remember the last time I did that when I used to play this game. God damn it. Oh, guys, I understand now. I ended up downloading a few fuel engines from the workshop, and the thing is, like, before we had the fuel engines in such a way that we would collect all the gases from the whole engine, take it back, and then start a turbo engine line, right? With the turbochargers, not the superchargers, but yeah, the turbochargers. And we'd start with like 128 to smoke, and by the end of it, we would still have like 30 smoke on the turbocharger, but not anymore. Like, if you go ahead and do this, like, this thing passes delivering gas to one turbo. So whatever gas comes out of a turbo gets distributed to whatever turbo it is attached to. And even if you attach one turbo, as you guys can see, pressure passed on 42, 39, like 33, 27 gets pretty low, so you have to resupply it with gas from these cylinders, and then it gets to 62, 56 and stuff. So yeah, you cannot chain turbos like that. So there's a bit of a change in the engines, and it's yeah, not as efficient as before. RTGs is the best in every way after 4 hours of running, provided it doesn't get nuked. So yeah, but still, we can make yeah, we now have localized resources. We just cannot have centralized resources. So yeah, we might just use RTGs for separate out of combat craft that stores the energy and passes on the energy and stuff. But look at this shit. Oh my god. Oh, crank assembly is taking damage from excessive rotation speed. That's something new, guys. These are taking damage if they rotate too fast. Oh, so steam pressure like control is a thing now. Like, before it was optional, but now you have to control it. That's something new. I was like, where is the sound coming from? Oh wow, guys, even the prefab thing has been like improved. If you go ahead now, I didn't want to prefab that. God damn. Okay, let's delete the prefab. And the thing is, before you had to like make the prefab window where you would prefab like before you had to pick up a size of the prefab first and then go from there. But now you can just middle mouse button and do that. Amazing. That's quite good. And the fill function, guys, I noticed it instantly fills things. Before it would, like, if you had to fill something really big, like, let's try that out. In from the depths in the long in the ancient past, if you had to fill this thing, guys, it would go ahead, place it block by block, and you would have to sit there, watch it get filled. But now Look at that! That was so fast! It just freezes the game, calculates the whole thing, fills it up. I think that is a very, very welcome addition to this. Oh. Okay, I did not expect that to happen. And the exhaust from there. Had to add in the exhaust to this prefab engine because, of course, it was made to be modular, so exhausty there, and we're gonna cover this whole thing with. This time around I went with just one block of metal because it's deep water guard. We don't have much resources. This thing already costs 11,000. I want to save a bit for weaponry. And now for the turret, I think I'll go with cram or APS, but the thing is, if we go into cram cannons, where's the firing piece? There's the firing piece. It costs 20. Advanced cannons, 100. Look at the cost. Gauge increases 20. Cooling units is 50. Wow. And then if you get the real kicker here from the previous autocannons, look at this bell-fed autoloader, 600 each. 6 freaking 100 each. These are cheap, 240, 300, and even the 8-meter ones are 480, but the bell-fed, 600. 600, my brother. 600. The basic turret template is done. Heavy metal in the sides, heavy armor in the sides, because we are, of course, going to get hit from the sides. But to counter that balance, in the back and the front, some alloys, because they are the most buoyant thing in the game, so the front one doesn't need more. We already have a lot of armor here, but the back one might need another layer of metal in there, and we'll shove alloys here and there because alloy is even more buoyant than wood. And I do believe this might not float. Let's see. Yeah, the back one is a bit too heavy. We need more alloys there. Jesus. Oh, this is gonna be a bit nightmarish to Tetris after a long time. I'm going for triple barrel crams, and yeah, let's at least crams are not that hard to Tetris like APS. We use the 6-way. Wait, the 6-way connector is 5, gauge increases 10, so we're gonna use the 6-way connectors wherever we can. Oh, instead of going with the pellet count in the thousands like it used to, they actually changed it to 1 pellet per one of these pellet things. So 18 HE pellet because I have 18 of these here. That is much easier to manage than, like, I add one, it goes around, it gives me around 500 pellets. That would melt your brain, and I never understood cram because of that. So now it's much better. Now I'm thinking the side ones are gonna be mostly HE, a bit of AP. The middle one is gonna be mostly frag with a bit of AP. So yeah, let's see. Or we can just mix match. It's cram. It's gonna be fine. Now auto. I think we can add some packers here as well. And they'll connect. Maybe that will increase the HE pellet count. Maybe that will not. I think it did 19. It's 19 here as well. Well, let's turn that off and let's see if that makes a difference. Because if we add a packer here, if it increases it. Well, yeah, it did increase it, but what is more expensive? These are 150 each. These are 20 each. Well, we know what to do now. More packers, less of these pellet boxes is the way to go. Hey, these can only have 3 attachments. I don't know if that was the case before as well, because honestly, I did not notice. I did not care about cram back then. APs did all the jobs. I think this is quite a welcome change, to be honest. And then we can go like this. Oh, that didn't work. Alright, yeah, that will not work. But I'm changing the orientation of these because look at that, 2 out of 3 attachments. This, 1 out of 3. So yeah, the orientation does matter a lot. There you go. 2 out of 3. That's what we want. We want to make the most out of it. Well, I think that is enough pellets for the cram cannons. Now it's time to add these payload compactor. And I do not know exactly what these payload compactors do. Before they would just increase the reload time, I think, but I think now they do a lot more. Look at that. Shell health 7k, ammo use 300, shell power 163. But here is a place where one compactor is going to be connected to 4 packers. So if you add that, look at that, connected packers 4, and it increases the shell health to 10k. Ammo use to 400, yes, but it also increases the shell power. Look at that, kinetic damage 7,000, 8.7 AP. Does it change that? I have no idea. So yeah, kinetic damage, it doesn't change the AP, but it does increase the kinetic and explosive damage, doesn't it? So yeah, definitely want that. Definitely want that. And I'm gonna pack it as tight as possible. It's already 31,000, but I do not care all that much. I think it's because of these pellets. They're pretty expensive, 150 each. Oh, guys, I think they can share stuff as well. I added these payload packers here. If it didn't share stuff, it was only supposed to be connected to this explosive pellets. But it is also connected to this payload compactor, and it is also connected to this payload compactor. That gives me tons of ideas, guys. Oh, look at the damage on this thing. This is ridiculous. 32,000, still not that bad. I like that. Oh, payload compactor does increase the reload time now. Okay, so the middle gun can shoot once in a while. The side guns have to shoot fast. 27 seconds on these, 65 seconds of these. But look at the damage difference and stuff. Jesus Christ. Christ almighty. Oh, I can't believe this. I can just add the things here. And they get connected to 2 things. Connected packers. So I think the more packers packing rate 53 seconds, but the 53 per second, and these connected to 159 per second. Oh well, connected packers 2 as well. This one is 1. I don't know, guys. I think it's better. They're better if you connect them to multiple packers. But yeah, and almost done with the Tetrising. Almost done. So let us go ahead before we completely pack it off. Let's set up the fuse boxes. I want you to explode if your altitude is below what? Probably like -10. So if you're below -10, you go boom boom. Fuse count 1. Shell health reduced to 95%. Oh my god, okay, so it reduces shell health as well. But I don't think deep water guards are gonna have lamps, so eh. And with that, I do believe the cram cannon is complete, of course, except the barrels, but still, look at that. Reload time 36 seconds on the side ones, 40 seconds on the middle one, 44 AP with 27,000 kinetic damage, a bit of explosive and a lot of fragments, and these have fragments too somehow. Well, tractor beams are a bit more unstable now. It has a bit of sway to it. I don't know why it does that, but yeah, it has a bit of sway to it, and we cannot completely rotate it. I think that is because of this block here. Let's get rid of that heavy armor block. I think now we should be able to rotate it. No, still not. Alright. We do need that clearance there, Jesus. Okay, can you rotate completely? Yes, sir, it can. Oh god, okay. I guess those aren't gonna look good, are they? Jesus. Didn't realize how fat they were gonna be, so no worries. We can just go to this, get rid of that, and then we can go ahead, attach the firing piece to there. Alright guys, for the sake of just not attaching multiple AI controllers to the different crams, I made all of them go 2000 millimeters, and they're being packed, and then we are gonna shoot our first shell and see how that sounds and looks in the new FTD. I am so excited about it. Look at that. That has been packed. The middle one, packed. Everything packed. Now, that should do. A big boom. A big boom indeed. And I added... Oh my god, my ears. Jesus. Okay. That created a big boom. I like that. The thing is, guys, I added some elevation barrels as well. So the elevation is juicy. Juicy. Almost 90 degrees. Alright. Test Fortress, buckle up. Papa Darkow about to tear 5 new holes in you. Let's see what happens to the absolute dense 5 metal. What happens is I miss. What happens is I absolutely freaking miss. I should probably add an enemy simulator to this thing, right? And what's yours? It's 41 seconds. The side ones ended up being more of a reload. But yeah, let's this time. Oof. Okay. I am a bit impressed. That was completely stacked freaking metal. And if you guys look into it, that is this one. Yeah, this one should be 60 armor metal, eh? Oh, well. Oh, I'm so excited, guys. The cram was worth it. It took me almost an hour to make this cram. But it was so bloody worth it. Okay. How about the wood one? Boom! Okay, yeah, that's the radius. Oh, some stuff flew even here. Holy crap. Okay, yeah, the AP is working. I gotta tell you guys, the AP is working. Alright, thing should have reloaded by now. Let's jump on top of this, warp it. And let's see if they have actually reloaded, if it would allow me to see it. Yeah, they have reloaded. Alright. Let us shoot this heavy armor in here. Let's slow down the time a bit. Cub. Boom. Boom. Oh. Didn't you have an inertial fuse in you? What? Why? You should have an inertial. Did the inertial? I think the inertial fuse switched sides once I reloaded the craft, because you guys know how I was going with the the damage on the heavy armor is not that good, but I think I know what happened. I think I know why the side gauges were a little lower. Let's be honest here. That is 192 armor count. That is no craft, at least not until Scarlet Dawn is gonna have that, I think. Kabam! Boof! Well, that missed, but it's pretty accurate, I gotta say. And now to test the accuracy, I think I will spawn this in a bit far away, but I think that's it. That muzzle velocity must be pretty high. I thought it would elevate a bit more. There. Oh, isn't that a nice screenshot? Look at that. Let's have a look at that. Will it hit or will it completely miss? Hello, come here. Jesus, that is some slow stuff. And oh, it did hit. It did hit. Oh my lord. Okay, it's quite accurate as well. Oh god, guys, I took a day break from this game because of course I had work and stuff, but I came back to the game. In the main menu there were 2 crafts fighting as usual, but I heard this. Listen to that! Holy crap! They sound awesome now. Remember how I hated these things because how terrible they sounded and they would destroy my ears, but Sound awesome. Now we are gonna circle back to this someday, and we are gonna use them someday. And on the subject of simple weapons, look how many there are now. And I do think these lasers are viable, but they do not have that much range, I think. How much range do you even have, guys? There you go. That's a decent bloody range, isn't it, for close combat? So yeah, we are definitely gonna circle back to the lasers and use it someday. But look at that, we have revolving guns. What are these? What are these? Can they even aim? Yes, they can aim. Look at that. Oh, that's some shot. Oh my god, my ears though. My ears though. But they're like flak, but without the explosions. Just they're reloading though, but still. Yeah, while the middle one looked awesome, the side shapes, yeah, smooth shapes like the one I made in the drawing. Not the strong suit of From the Depths, is it? Let us redesign that then. That rounded design didn't work from the diagram, so I am making a jawed design. That actually looks like jaw with teeth. I'm very happy with it. Maybe I should make the teeth out of light alloy so it even provides a bit more buoyancy and can have a bit more strength to it. Right? Look at that. Look at those jaws. And I think if I go out of build mode, press 4 and go in a build mode, I can actually see the armor count. So armor count of this wood, 18. Isn't bad. I am adding an internal armoring of metal because why not? And these things would be 27. Not bad. The teeth are supposed to be strong. Look at that. It already looks pretty nice. Jesus Christ, guys, I was thinking of using these 3.7 guns, but oh my gods, are they expensive? My gods, are they expensive? 2,000 each, so even if I use 2 of them, the cost shoots up to 60k. Alrighty, so I found out that the max amount of ammo controller modules you can have. I shoved it into the AI compartment because this is the most protected part of the ship and I had space. So that's 8 modules. Inertial fuse, 3 frag head body and 1 frag head, because why not? And you can go ahead, control these, shoot them. And I do believe I will have to add the local AI controller underneath them, but that will have to work. I think I should go ahead and fortify their bottoms a little. You need material containers on this because centralized resources aren't a thing anymore. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna make a material storage. Let's see. What about a car? Oh, Jesus Christ, that is big. That is definitely big. Oh my God, there is a problem with the engine. Right now the engine is at 10,000. If I add that, the engine overheats. And Jesus Christ, these scramblers, they need a lot of energy, don't they? But I think I know what the problem is. I definitely know what the problem is. I built over the exhaust. Look at that. And if I add a triangle corner for will the cooling be good? Or not, it is being stopped. Shit. Okay. Alright. We're gonna go do that. And you, mister, you're gonna have some alloy in here. There you go. Cooling at its finest. Polluting the environment. I mean, there's no trees in the environment, so we're kind of not polluting it. And when we're robots, no one needs oxygen. So we can just throw out the exhaust. Looks so cool though, coming from the side. It's like this guy with the jaw is smoking a cigar from the right side. That's how it looks to me. And look at the fuel usage. Oh my fucking god. Oh god. Oh god. I didn't notice that. Oh god, the fuel usage might be a bit crazy. Look at that. Fuel is being gobbled up. Holy shit. Fuel is being gobbled up. Holy shit. And there goes all our fuel. Hungry things. What about you, my man? Look at that. Fuel is just going. Just going. Bloop, 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 bloop. It is just going. The fuel. Oh my god. And I don't think it works anymore either. Yeah, it doesn't work anymore. Look at that. Oh, Jesus. It's harsh. Remember this design? Remember this design. Took me 4 days to make it. Doesn't fly anymore though. And uses a ridiculous amount of fuel. Oh. Hey, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Hover. My first ever proper crafting from the depths apparently still works and is apparently only 45,000 yet. Look at that. We might just use Mr. Hover to start our campaign again. Isn't that gonna be quite nice? That's gonna be quite nice. Look at that. Doesn't even work oh. Hey, it had missiles? I don't remember it having missiles. But can we not control that thing anymore? Wait. Do we have any? This is it is showing its age. Well, control ACB controller, that's new, but fire controller. There you go. Hey! It still works. Yes! We might just use improved version of Mr. Hover to start with because that thing is getting a bit 60,000 resources already. I love it. I love how it sounds. What shells are you using? Oh, holy crap, guys. We have control surfaces now on wings. That is very good. Before we only had the jet stabilizer, we also have wings, yeah, but we have custom wings now. Hey. Alright guys, the more and more I build on this thing, the more and more I realize this is probably not gonna be the starting craft because look at this beauty. It costs 84,000 resources, but all it has going for itself is a giant fuck off cram, and that is it. Jesus, my ears. And a lot of thrusters apparently, and fuel is about to run out, so once the fuel does run out, I actually have to change the engine because this engine uses a bit too much fuel, and we actually do not need that many engine points, right? That much power. We do not need it, but once the fuel runs out, this starts absolutely sinking. So we're gonna manually add a bit more fuel just because we're in creative mode. Resources, fuel, the fill thing, and once the fuel is up, as you guys can see, the PID works absolutely fantastic. I didn't worry too much about the aesthetics of the protection of propellers, but yeah, we don't need to worry about it. No one's gonna look down in here. But if we now drive this thing moves at around a nice 21 meters per second. I wanted to make a boat, but I ended up making a water skipper. So 20 to 21 meters per second, might increase that a bit, and it can turn pretty nicely. Look at that. It turns pretty nicely as well. Not as nicely as a hovercraft, mind you, because the water is giving it some resistance, but nonetheless, it is awesome. I think it is still gonna be a bit shitty. And 22 meters per second, I am not satisfied. Let's go a bit higher with this, shall we? Let's go a bit higher. We can definitely go ahead, add a few more huge thrusters. That is absolutely okay. 85,000 resources. Now the time is to make it pitch against something a bit deep water guardy, and let's see how it fares. Yeah, fares. That's the word I was looking for. Oh wait, I never knew this. If you connect this to, let's just say, this thing, right? Yes, the thingies are blocked, downward, right and left is blocked, but you can connect more detectors to the wireless, this thing, coincidence rangefinder, and it will still work. How cool is that? Can you connect it like this, maybe then? Not connected, but yeah, only this block works. Hey, that is actually cool. And now we have detection, so it should be able to see stuff. Let us go ahead, give it a bloody try. It is complete, and I have named it dearly the Jaw Bar, because it has jaws, and bar because it sounded good. Jaw Bar. So Jaw Bar against, it's always to start with the Marauder, and Jaw Bar has attacked first, completely fucking missing. I have no idea why that thing is. This is why I was reluctant on using cram, because I never got the crams to hit. The actual simple weapons are doing more damage to it, and now the crams are being reloaded, while the APS shells from the simple weapons are actually chipping away at it. The Marauder has fired against the Jaw Bar, and the Jaw Bar took the goddamn cram like a champ. The thing is, Jaw Bar's turning thrusters are out, but these are so nicely armored, they're not even dented. So far, Jaw Bar looks like it is a complete failure. But, Jaw Bar actually managed to hit a shell and miss two other shells. I do believe Jaw Bar needs same shell speeds for stealth. Alright guys, made a few tweaks to this thing. I think I know the problem, what happened. I mean, I think I know. Think is the key word here. This thing, the middle thing, stop. God damn it. The middle thing reloads at 30 seconds. The side thing reloads at 40 seconds. And I think just one local weapon controller on the whole turret was not cutting it. So let us see another Marauder. How will you handle it, my friend? The thing is, I now oh my god. I now realize that giving these three their own local weapon controllers isn't really gonna cut it, because the turret itself needs its own local weapon controller, doesn't it? Controller for local weapon controllers for just controlling one thing. Alright, more Maraudery goodness. Yes, now it turns. Oh, okay. All three were aimed. I mean reloaded. So, and all three missed. God damn it. Why does this have to be like this? Apparently, look at that. Look at the Marauder's fucking cram. It hits almost always, but my cram? Haha. You'd think it would hit. Maybe it's the short barrels. Maybe it is indeed the short barrels. How about we go ahead and make the barrels a bit longer? Should be able to do that. Look at that. Whatever reloads, fires. So the middle one reloads faster. And then the side ones. Hey, they actually hit. Is that a fluke? Or did they actually hit? We has no idea. We are gonna have to wait for it to reload again. And the reloads are pretty... Oh. Holy shit. Okay, these crams are powerful, aren't they? Let's try a Vanguard, shall we? Oh my god, it's shooting. Oh my god, okay. I think I know what happened. We need a failsafe on that. It shot the other one to oblivion. Yes, that is indeed what happened. Ooh, the Vanguard's cram is not that accurate. Maybe it is the short barrels, isn't it? Hey, okay. Oh my god. So let's see. It did a bit of damage there, not much. And what about our cram? Is it gonna hit? Is it gonna hit? Is it Nope, it's not gonna hit. Alrighty guys, I think I have finally made this thing work with a little bit of help from my Discord server. Links in the descriptions. Seamless self-promo. So I ended up changing the plug-and-play card to an actual maneuver broadside card, which I could configure myself. As you guys can also see, I ended up changing the barrel length to almost double of what we had, so the accuracy has gone down to, let us slow down the time, you're running away, god damn it. The accuracy has gone down to 0.26 degrees. I changed the side guns intentionally to 1907 millimeter because what that does is it reduces the reload time of those to 38.01 seconds, but the middle one has 38 seconds. So what happens is they almost shoot at the same time, but the middle one is a little bit ahead. So the little one is the hardened pellet with fragments. It softens up the target if there's any like armor outside the target, which is very rare in deep water guards. And then these HEs just go boom. You have a crater in your craft. I kid you not, those cram are very powerful. I also ended up tweaking these active radars and stuff, the detection systems, I meant to say. So I just hit auto calibrate, that's all. But it did help a lot. And I also added a delay of 0.5 seconds to firing these crams, because what was happening, the first shot was always missing because the crams would fire before the turret completed its rotation. So let's pitch it against our dear friend Marauder, because why not? Everybody loves to hate on the Marauder, doesn't it? We shoot all the three at the same time. For the first volley, all the three are at the same time. For the next volley, and look at that! Direct hit! But from the next volley, the green shell comes a little bit ahead of the yellow shells, because that's how I configured it. And whoa, that was a holy shit. Okay, I was like, why is it not shooting anymore? But that was a one-shot kill. Oh my god. That is crazy, guys. Look at that accuracy. 9 out of 10 times it actually hits now, and I'm very happy about that. Let's pitch it against a godly. Well, not a godly, an expert. It is not meant to be a godly killer. We'll pitch it against a paddle gun or a plunder. Let's see, we'll pitch it against a plunderer. Let's see what happens. Alright, they're all loaded up and stuff. Plunderer, where might you be? Okay, my gun will. Oh god, shit. The the plunder spawned in a very bad spot. It is the ass of my craft is the most vulnerable stuff, because as you guys can see, the plunderer did hit it. Yes, the internals survive, of course, because they're heavily armored, but we don't have any propulsion anymore. So I think that was a bad that was a bad. Alright, now the jawbearer versus the plunderer in a proper fight, how they will start in an actual campaign fight. So let us go ahead, turn all of them on, turn their routines on, and let's see what happens. The jawbearer rotating in guns while the plunderer I think is, yeah, Plunder missed all of his shots because Jawbar started moving really fast while the Plunder is kind of a slow craft. So I don't think the Jawbar is gonna miss, but it is still gonna miss by, yes, but the time fuses did some thing to the back of the Plunder, so that gun stopped rotating, or maybe that gun just does not have the firing angle. While the Plunder is shooting APS at us, mostly what it's doing is, oh, there are torpedoes as well to the Plunder, but even then, the Plunder, all it did was take out the wood layer, which is totally fine because the wood isn't supposed to last. What is supposed to last is the internal heavy armor, metal, and light armor, right? And those missiles just absolutely miss. While the Jawbar reloads, the Plunderer takes the second shot of cram, and it absolutely hits the top of the cram, which does screw off a lot of its detection. So we gotta add some detection redundancy there. Some cram. The cram is actually safe, but the detection on top of there is absolutely screwed. And look at that. Is that gonna hit the Plunderer? I do not think so. Well, that did blow up below the Plunderer, but I do not think that is gonna help. The cram has been crippled because the detection isn't there anymore. Alright, second time's a bloody charm. Added some redundancy to the detection system, added some more armor here, tweaked some more armor on this thing so it doesn't get shot off that easily. So let us see what happens. And the Jawbreaker rotates his guns while the Plunderer shoots, obviously missing the first mark because the Jawbreaker wasn't even moving, and the Plunderer always misses the first volley of cram. But the next volley of Plunderer is what my issue is at, is what my fear is at. The Jawbreaker hits the Plunderer right in the middle, destroying, I think, a lot of that AI, but since it's the Plunderer, it must have AI redundancy, so it is still not dead yet. But the thing is, it is not, I think it is aiming. Yes, the Plunderer is still aiming, and yes, it is still shooting APSs at us, which is not doing all that much damage, except of course the wood, which is none of our concern because wood is cheap, it's there for decoration, and it is supposed to fall off when it gets hit. But the second shot from the Plunderer comes and plunders the cram again. The Plunderer always aims for the cram, but this time around, due to the increased armor scheme on that cram on the Jawbreaker, it has not gone down, and it has managed to shoot it in the configuration it is about to shoot it, and it plunders the I should stop saying Plunderer. And it shoots the Plunderer right in one of those crams, and the other cram must have taken a bit of damage as well. I think just if you spend a little bit more time tweaking a craft, it can turn it from a regular design to an expert design, just how the Jawbreaker did prove that it can indeed defeat the Plunderer, but I don't think it can defeat much. But since the Plunderer is slow, it is not missing, so let the cram reload for one last time and shut Plunder off for good, hopefully. Because even though the Plunderer cannot shoot from his cam anymore, the APSs, the side APS on the Plunderer, is doing a bit of a damage. I think that's a simple weapon though. That definitely is a simple weapon. Alright, that's a Gatling gun simple weapon, and the next volley hits the weapons, completely disabling any chance of these crams ever even shooting. This cram just stops working, but I think none of the cram firing pieces are connected to any of the cram main pieces, so even though they are tracking the Jawbreaker, they should not be able to shoot. Giant crater in there. Nice. That officially proves that the Jawbreaker, I can pitch the Jawbreaker evens against the Plunderer, and hopefully it will survive with very minor damages. Look at that. Oh, the Jawbreaker shoots again right into the weapons again. Come on, let's kill the AI. What are you doing? The weapon's already gone. But safe to say at this point we can just hop off. Our robot is in the freaking bottom of the ocean, but if it was on the craft, we could hop off and just take the plunder for whatever resources it has. Look at that. That is a victory in my eyes. One last cram shot, and we shall test it against something else. Come on, reload. The reload on these crams is pretty high. The last volley from the Jawbreaker against the Plunderer absolutely hits straight in the middle. Makes a crater through the whole thing. I'm very impressed with the prowess of crams at this moment. Next up is the Jawbreaker against the Kraken. Let us see, let us see. Let us start fighting while the Kraken has released missiles already and it is turning to shoot its APS at the Jawbreaker. The Jawbreaker hits the Kraken right in the middle, but now the Kraken has started shooting and the APS spam is surely to do a number on the side armor of the Jawbreaker. Even though that was quite a bit of APS spam, the Jawbreaker's internal armor is holding pretty nicely, but the Jawbreaker is showing its ass, which is not a very good thing because it is gonna now lose a lot of its propulsion, while the Kraken keeps spamming missiles and APS at the Jawbreaker's sides. The Jawbreaker is adamantly waiting for its gun to reload and show that shit funnel what it means to take. Oh god, oh god. What happened there? That shouldn't have happened. Slowdown shouldn't have happened. Hello? Okay. What the? I think the AI died. Who's the shit funnel now? Says the Kraken. And what in the world has died? I need to investigate. Oh god, that was not good. Let us see what has happened. The AI is all fine. That is... Oh, the AI is not fine. I repeat, the AI is not fine. The Plunderer has managed to damage the internals somehow. What else was the Plunderer even using? Alright, I spawned in the Kraken, and yeah, it is indeed using a shaped charge head with an inertial fuse. So yeah, we gotta do something about the shaped charge head. Maybe have some air around us. Yeah, maybe some air armor will just do fine. Haha, Kraken, let me try and see you go through that, you son of a bitch. Haha, look at that. You gonna go through that now, huh? You gonna go through that? Yes, did not think so. 102 armor. 105. 114. 80. Let's see you go through that. With your puny shaped charge head. Yes, it did shoot up the cost 2,000 more, but I think that is okay. As long as it can kill a Kraken. A rematch between the Kraken and the improved Jawbreaker with thick armor to the sides. That is 2 heavy armor and 3 metal. Let me see you go through that, you bitch! Now let us go ahead and start the AI and see what happens. Of course, the Jawbreaker takes the first shot every time because the Kraken needs a bit of a time to rotate itself and start shooting at the Jawbreaker. The Jawbreakers cram go boom on those 2 APSs, reducing the fire capabilities of the Kraken from 8 APS to 6 APS. And while for the next 40 seconds the Kraken is gonna keep shooting at the Jawbreaker and it is gonna take time shooting shaped charge heads, I do not think the shaped charge heads can do much to the AI or the ammo. It might do a lot of damage to the cram though, now that I realize that, but I surely cannot do the insane armoring on the cram. That will absolutely shoot up the cost of this thing from 90k to probably 120k. Yeah, look at that. It is damaging the cram because the cram is having irregularities in its reloading times, but The cram keeps coming in and the APS spam keeps reducing. And there we go, the third cram has come in and shot off the APSs. Only 4 more APS to go out of the 8 APSs. So yeah, the cram is still doing his job, and it is just one craft. I do believe if this thing had a support craft, it would probably kill the Kraken by now. But so far, everything has been surviving, and the Jawbreaker still shoots its green cram. Where will the cram land? And the cram lands it right in the middle, and it is pretty underwhelming. I do believe I will change that. Oh, the HE cram though. I think I should change that frag cram for an HE cram, because we did just see what happens when Deepwater Guard gets hit with an HE cram. Now only one of the APS of the Kraken is shooting. Let's go, guys. Just adding 2 more layers of armor to a very vital compartment into the Jawbreaker made it go from losing to a Kraken to almost winning against a Kraken, even though it's only shooting one of the crams now. Well, the crams are shooting. I think a few Packers might have been shot off, so the reload time is a bit off on that. But look at that! I don't think the Kraken is gonna be able to do much with it. And there goes the last APS on the Kraken with the victory of the Jawbreaker. The Jawbreakers frag shells are very underwhelming. I am considering changing them to freaking HE, because cram is all about HE, isn't it? The HE cram comes into the Kraken right in the middle and shaves off the rams on it. And then next, what shell is gonna come? Let us assess the damage on it. This thing, come on. Come on, I don't think it shows you. Well, yeah. Oh, it does. We just had to press F9. So this reload time has gone down to 27, 32. And what about you, guy? 27. So yeah, a few gauge increases, a few things might have gotten shot, but most of it is still intact and most of it still works. I think at this point it is a problem of me not having enough ammo on the Jawbreaker maybe, but still it shoots. Look at that. And then, look at that. Oh, the frag does do a bit of damage, doesn't it? But the HE always does way more visual damage, because the HE just takes out huge chunks of the Kraken. But nonetheless, I think we should stop the fight now, because it has secured a victory against even the Kraken. So I think this craft is quite good against the Deepwater Guard. One last match, and we shall officially pass it. Matches, like whenever you guys are building, right? Oh, look at that. Those frags just freaking bounced off this. Those frags are pretty freaking useless, aren't they? Definitely changing them for HE for the next match. But yeah, whenever you're building, guys, it's a very good idea to pitch your stuff against godlies and experts and try to beat them. You'll know godlies and expert will shoot you in the mostly unexpected of spaces. And you will find out the weakness of your crafts. Kaboom! There goes the Jawbreaker's jaw. And the Jawbreaker already has one of its cram, which is very not good. The crams are proving to be very inaccurate, but one of them hit into the moray and destroyed one of the crams, one of the bottom crams. But ooh, the APSs from the simple weapon are doing a bit of a better job than the crams against airships, but this just tells me the Jawbreaker just isn't made for airships. It is just gonna get killed savagely and ravagely by airships, and the Jawbreaker can do nothing about it. Kaboom! There goes another victory to the Deepwater Guard via airships, the bane of the Jawbreaker. But the Jawbreaker is still trying, so we are gonna let it try. And the cram can do nothing about it. The problem with the moray, the problem with shooting airships is the airships of Deepwater Guard do sway a lot. and the crams cannot accurately predict that. To hit airships like that, you need much higher fire rate than that. We will need an APS craft next. But with that, I think that's gonna be all for the Jawbreakers episode. I recorded for quite a while. I enjoyed it a lot. Hopefully you guys did enjoy FTD, looking at it after 2 years as well. So hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm Darko, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. That was a pretty shitty outro.